Welcome back to Sharing the Love. Today we're sharing the love with our beautiful Michelle Tenenberg, aka Mishi, aka Sparkles. How are you today?
I'm great, Vanna. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being here. It's my honor. To quickly dive into this, could you introduce yourself with 5 words?
Passionate, loving, unconditional, loyal, committed.
I love it. And out of those 5 words, which one stands out to you the most in this phase of your life?
Unconditional.
So, to jump straight into it, we are bringing in our love bowl. You know the rules. I'm going to be shuffling and just say stop whenever you're ready.
Stop.
Alrighty. And the topic is passion versus purpose. If I were to ask you, what comes to your mind when you hear passion versus purpose?
Oh my goodness. Passion is really spontaneous, I feel. Not a lot of thought. You dive head first, feet first, all in. Passion is incredibly heated, consuming, and potentially also dies out fairly quickly because of its intensity. Purpose, I think you need to sit with a little longer. It's deeper. You really need to explore your entire mind and heart and make sure that your mind and your heart are in alignment. And that would probably get you closer towards what your purpose is.
Right.
That's what I would say.
Do you believe everyone has a purpose?
Oh, what an amazing question. I believe that every sentient being on this planet is connected. I don't actually believe there is a division between us. And so the question itself I find difficult to answer because I don't see that we have individual purposes. I see that we are a collective and that we cannot exist without one another, and that we are an interconnected, we're all connected beings. And so whilst our stories may manifest differently, whilst we may have different appearances, and whilst we may seem to be individuals, on a deeper level, that is not so for me. And that's my answer. So do we have purpose? Yeah, our purpose is our deep sense of connection, and to understand that and to come back to it. That would be the deepest sense of purpose that there is.
You articulated it in a way that I couldn't have or have not done so before. I truly believe every purpose, in a sense, whoever tells you what their purpose is linked to that connection. Somehow serving others. Somehow the purpose is linked to doing for the betterment of something that's outside of yourself. It's for a bigger reason. And what more of a reason would you serve than humanity?
And Vanna, I'll go further than that. Human beings tend to think that, and I'm not sure why this is, that they're a special kind of species, but, what about the ant? And what about the elephant? And what about the butterfly and the tree? They have a very deep-rooted sense of beingness as well. They are completely and utterly alive. I mean, our entire universe is alive. And so if we actually take away the outer appearance of what we see, which creates the individual, if we remove that and we say, well, who am I now? Who am I without my skin? and my story and my culture and my religion and the pigment in my hair. Who am I? And then that leads me to this connectedness, that we all have a sense of beingness. We all have a sense of aliveness within. The tree has the same sense that we are made out of that consciousness envelops the entire cosmos. So for me, it's more about saying what I am not and removing the labels. I am not this body. I'm not. How can I be something that is so transient, that is changing every second?
As you were speaking, it triggered this thought in my head of how much we attach ourselves to identity. And one of the things I've intentionally started doing, I was a guest for the first time on a podcast the other day, and she asked me, who are you? And she was shocked to hear my answer, that I said, I am love, I am passion, I'm here to serve. And usually, other guests would be like, I am this and I do that. And I'm like, no, but in our essence, beyond what we see, it's a feeling, right? And tapping into that. But I see so much of the world doing to attach themselves to things outside and things that they can see tangible, because it's harder to believe in the things that you cannot see, having that blind faith. But once you have it and you feel it, this knowing doesn't go away.
And so it's amazing what you just said, because there are two words that stood out for me that encapsulates this idea. We live in a society that values doing. People are also quite shocked and feel a lot of resistance when I say, what about the being? And to me, the words being and doing scream volumes. It is undeniable when we go outside and there are people that claim they're beach people. So this is to the beach people. When you go near water and you just look at the expanse and you allow yourself just to be with the ocean, there is that sense of deep calm that comes over you, because in those moments, you're not doing anything, you're not pushing, you're not a role, you're not a story, you're not I am this or I am that, you're being. You are being in your essence, your consciousness, and you are connecting with nature. It's very easy to do in nature. That's the interbeing, the interconnection. And I just wish, Vanna, that we had more of these type of conversations where we could explore our beingness and what that means to us and what that could mean to society as a whole, and how much richer and deeper we could experience life if we allowed ourselves to be just a little bit more and value that as much as, if not more than, doing.
Yes. That I believe this is the biggest, I will say the biggest point of friction for every single human being that is struggling in this world, is we're trying to go against our nature. We are nature of the being. We're trying to do everything else that goes again through the doing, as you were saying, right?
Yeah.
And I could ask so many questions about the passion, but just hearing you speak, the passion is oozing out of you. So I do believe a big part of that passion comes from the conviction of really believing in what spills out of you so naturally. It doesn't even feel that you're thinking about what you're saying. What do you feel the repercussions are of, I guess, when there is no alignment with passion or purpose?
When there is no alignment, there is chaos. There is an uprise of a sense of detachment, of separateness, of competition, of comparison. We lose sight of the bigger picture and we become isolated islands looking to fill a void. And to me, this is one of the biggest, most painful experiences of our modern world. And if you ask me about passion, Banner, how incredible it feels to reconnect with our deeper self and align ourselves with our true nature, not what we've been conditioned to think we are, or who we are, or the roles that we should play, or all of the societal pressures that are placed upon people. When you go out into the forest, the trees do not say to each other, my trunk is thicker than your trunk, and I'm stronger than you, and I this and I that. It's not about I. They are a unit in the forest. It is a proven fact that the root systems, they interconnect, they interweave. When there's a strong wind, the roots strengthen and they hold each other up. They work as a community. They work as a team. They are rooted in their beingness, not in their doingness. They don't need to do anything.
Effortless.
It's effortless.
Yes. Wow. I need a moment to compose myself after that answer. Yeah. Definitely the repercussions are the chaos, and as you were saying, the thing that stood out to me the most is the void, and it seems so many people think the answers to fill that void is outside of themselves, but it's not. And when you find the whole universe inside of you, you are everything and nothing, and so you flow. This is a word that me and you connect with quite deeply, you know, it's just flowing with that. What's one advice that you would give to our audience when it comes to finding either their passion or their purpose?
I'm not really one to give advice, Banner, but I will say this, that if you feel in any way that you are suffering and that life is really, really hard and that you are swimming upstream against the tide, just stop. Take a breath, walk outside, and let yourself be soothed by nature, and go inside and have a listen to what the little voice is telling you inside. Because if I understand anything through my own personal experience, it would be this: you will never find any of your answers outside of yourself. In order to reconnect, you need to go inside. Even if that feels a bit scary and a bit foreign, you need to calm yourself and get still and just listen. You are whole and complete and resourceful, and no matter how much the world tells you you're not, this is the biggest illusion of them all.
Wow. What would you say your biggest takeaway from our session today was?
That I have been very, very humbled and honoured, genuinely, that you asked me, Banner. I feel wonderful that we could have such a rich conversation, and I really appreciate you asking me.
It's honestly been my honor. Since the day that we met, it has been a soul-to-soul conversation, and for us to manifest it in this way and share our love and share our souls and our interconnectedness with the world. To wrap things up, where could our audience connect with you?
You can find me. I have a Facebook page called Now I See Sparkles.
Everyone needs to check this page out, because every time I see any post, anything on there, it just oozes love and positivity and really sparkles in a physical sense inside you. So thank you so much for joining. It has been, again, an honor. This is Sharing the Love. Thank you for tuning in. Please like, comment, let us know what was valuable for you today, and we'll see you again in our next episode.